Okay, hello everyone. Good day. So we are already on chapter 4, staffing and human resources. So this is the last topic in the chapter 4. So here you are making a discussion. So with that is the lesson roadmap. We will be talking about productive, strategic human resource management, recruitment and selection, orientation, training and development, performance appraisal, and managing effective workforce. At the end of the term, the student should be able to know the strategic human resource management. So why do we need to strategize our resource, our people in the organization? So what is the recruitment and selection process? How do we put the right people into the right jobs? The orientation, training and development. So this is the onboarding process, especially like hire of employees. Performance appraisal or the way you reward your employees, their compensation. Managing effective workforce, their compensations and benefits, ilahang sweldo, ang ilang mga receive ng mga benefits sa company, and other concerns in managing an effective workforce. So more on human resources, how do we hire people? So what are the things that we need to consider and how do we be effective when it comes to hiring the right people for the right job? So I'll be opening up this quote, which is this lecture with quote. I em- I emphasize this. No matter how good or successful you are, or how clever or crafty, your business and its future are in the hands of the people you are. So this is by Akio Moreta. So uh, he or she, so the sure if it's a he or she, said that again, regardless of kung successful management, like mga resources, mga skills, but if the people you hire is not good, then probably your future will be bleak. So if possible, hire people because they are good people. Now hire some company because the hands of your business is the hand. The future of your business is in their hands. Okay, so that is how important hiring for resource management is. Human resource management is. So let's start off with human resource management. So how do we strategize this one? So what is HRM? So this is what is relevant. HRM, human resource management. So it means or HRM, it consists of the activities managers perform to plan for, track, develop, and retain. So effective, so effective treating and so effective um, so there would be effective treatment or there would be effective treatment in the company or in the workforce. Okay. So it means that these activities or will be consist of planning, implementing, and developing, and also retaining employees in the company. So from hiring process, how to make them stay in the company up to how do you offboard them. Offboard means magpa-resign sila of how what are the processes we need to consider. So that is why we need to know HR. Managers, again, this is another top priority for you to hire good people for your company. So we have a human capital, creating the economic or productive potential of employees, knowledge, experience, and action. So again, we have human capital and social capital. So more on the productive potential staff people. So that's the people when we hire based on their knowledge, experience, and well, for social capital, it is the economic or productive potential of strong, trusting, and cooperative relationships. So the first one, we're more on the individual and how do they function in the society or their positions in the society, especially when establishing relationships, human and social capital. So we have strategic human resource planning. So this consists of developing systematic, comprehensive strategy for understanding current technologies and be predicting. be predicting the future employee needs. Okay, again, pardon me for the typo. Kay wala din siya na proofread. Pasensya kayo. Kaya nagdatos ko at me that time because that was my first time teaching this one. So, my editable copy was deleted too. So, kung wala ka-update, pasensya I'll update this. Yung sunod, simple. So, let's continue again. Pardon for the typo. So, ako na ma-explain ka. So, more on systems, strategies on how to really understand your employees and both in the not in the past, but mostly in the present and in the future. How will you understand them? How will you make them stay in the company, make them productive, make them um, be enhanced employees, which would be a great asset for the company? How will you do that? So you need to systematize, you need to plan a strategy on how to really make them stay and be productive in the long run. So we need to understand current employee needs. So we have what we call job analysis. So job analysis is to determine by observation analysis the basic elements of a job. So the first thing we need to do is understand the current employee needs. What are the things that they need right now? The first one, we need to analyze first the elements of the job. So we need to analyze the job description. Like, let's say for example, unsa yung description sa um yung description sa magluto og karon. So dapat sa iyang back to the guy na siya skills and abilities na magluto, na siya mutimpla sa mutimpla og kana bitang magbana-bana kanus sa maluto ng chicharon, kasi siya perfect and so on and so forth. So probably that's the things we need to consider, especially when it comes to hiring a cook for the mushroom chicharon. So we need to analyze the elements of a job. So we also have job description. So job again analysis, the basic elements of a job. So let's say for example, kapag magluto ka, so nag-analyze ka sa mo din yung things na need to do. Magluto sa kitchen ka always, magluto, magluto sa kitchen ka always, kabalo na ka how to use the utensils and so on and so forth. So next is the description. So this summarizes what the holder of the job does and how and why he or she does it. So job description means diha din nimo ginabutang tanan mga basic. Okay, basic na things na need nimo himo. The the task na expected nimo himo in a job. So probably ibutang dagto kay okay, hiring cook. So job description din ni cook is kuan um have experience and skills of regarding cooking, has high kind of national certificates when it comes to when it comes to basic baking, siguro baking or cooking na skills. Kailangan magpuro siya. Kailangan. So, kaya na yung example. Or probably so at least or high school level. Yan ang job description. Next would be willing to work under pressure, willing to be assigned, or say for example, in mga planta kaya na kaya willing to be assigned of CDO, um, able to communicate and make reports regarding sa kung ano ginawa sa bake shop siguro or sa kung amount of ingredients na hindi mo i-inventory. Okay. Know how to use Microsoft Excel, email para updated always on folder and stuff. Something like that is just a basic description, a basic example of a job description. So diha yun nakasummarize ko ang imuhang mga himuon. Probably ay mga probably wag din himuon actually. That next would be job specification. So this describes the minimum qualification a person must have to perform the job successfully. So katuding at least high school graduate, diri na siya sa specification. Must have kuan license regarding mga national certificate or nakay ka ng PhilHealth na ID or nakay ka ng health card na you are a person na healthy, wala kay laog na sakit, kay you are going to handle food waste. So, example na na siya. Second kay, kuan, mas kuan ka na bitaw, neat and clean always, dili ka smoke, hopefully, kay kuan, example na na siya. No, not discriminating sa mga smoke. But preferably, non-smoker. Ano, let's say, for example, yan na siya. And next would be other certification like must have valid ID, must have of my module certification must have multiple IDs, one na na birth certificate, na lang cover. So, yun yung mga qualification na requirements. Then probably age, state within a so age should be at least 20 to 30 years old, then preferably single, para dili ikaw sila mahasal sa mga minyo or something like that. Example, preferably naman na. When you say preferably, mas dakog points kung single ka. But if not, it's still okay as long as you qualify for the job. So that is just example for understanding the current employee needs. So it could be you need to analyze the job, um, set job description, and job specification that would qualify for the specific na position needing mo a hire. So next will be predicting future employment. So what is the future employment needs kaya? So the stuff that organization might need are likely sources of staffing. The likely sources of staffing. So these might be mga things na hindi mo i-consider. So say for example, um, needed day niya ang kada sa April, which kailangan ng sa kitchen, for example, ma'am, when you say na magluto sa ani ng mga ingredients, pwede ba ko mag-request of pepper or other mga kanang spices na mas prefer ninyo or mas comfortable siya gamiton. Mas malamig. Giving nga expert ba po siya nga cook graduate. Let's say for example, if you're graduate of culinary industry, di ba? So at least kabalo siya sa basic and mo suggest siya kung kulang o say needed. So what will you need to do is um to give whatever that person needs when it comes to performing their task. So probably kato ng ingredients, gamitan. So next would be the recruitment and selection. So putting the right people into the right. So how do we recruit and select? Given yung kabalo naman to what HRM is. So activities on how to plan and develop and retain people in the workplace. So how do we, what are the things, basic things we need to know? The job application, needs of the employees in the near future. So how about the recruitment? How do we hire people? So we have this term recruiting. I know familiar. Recruiting means the process of locating, attracting qualified applicants for job openings in the organization. So you tend to locate and attract qualified applicants sa organization. So these could be now, let's say kung na position ng hiring, so kuan ka, post ka, siguro. So we have mag-post ka o mga wanted. So wanted kaya, wanted for our organization. So first we have the step one, we tend to do internal recruiting first. Before daw ka mag-recruit sa outside ng company, try to check if may available na people na pwede ra i-hire within the company. So this means hiring from the internal recruiting or hiring from the inside. So internal recruiting means making people already employed by the organization aware of the job opening. So if possible, mo ilan imong people na ito nga, ala, nag-hiring me o cook sa kitchen. Nag-hiring me o manager sa kaning department. So with that, probably, na makabantay ng hala, manager daw o ba, pwede ko ano, kaduwin ako sa company. Nag-hiring this, nag-manager. So, bakit hindi ay, ang imo din kailangan do you inform them? So you can inform them by doing job posting. It is one job posting. So you place information about job vacancies and qualifications in bulletin boards, in newsletters, and one organization in the intranet. So you can do that one. Post in a bulletin board or sa inyong, let's say, sa Facebook page ninyo, sa inyong company, those or sa inyong group chat na nag-hiring mo na itong company o new na manager. Ala, basta pwede taan. You can, uban to yun mo employee mo yung hala, mag-contact, mag-try ta o apply, basta hindi ay na-promote. So that is what we call job posting. So within the organization, place ang information. So we also have external recruitment. So let's say for example, wala kay nakita. Okay, walay nakita or walay interested sa inside sa organization. Next will be we can also hire external. So external recruitment means recruiting from the outside. So we have external recruiting means attracting job applicants from inside the organization. So outside the organization, na tayo next. We have realistic job preview. So this gives a um, candidate the picture of both positive and negative features of the job in the organization, or he or she is hired. So we have realistic job previews. So this is where the candidates are given the time to know about the positive and negative features of job before the siya. Most of the time, dili ka mag-research about the company. So, mo i-check kung sa ang status ng company, ang iyahang dungog, okay? Let's say sa country, ang iyang status, kung ba ni siya, siya na ba ni nga company, wala ba ni siya bad record, so forth. So you need to look at the negative and positive side sa so, uh, before ka mag-apply sa position at the same time, before as a manager, before ka din sila i-hire. So dapat ma-orient ka sila dapat sa company. Most of the time, kay kuan man trabaho man ni applicant, you need to do your research very well. So we have advantages for internal recruiting. So ang nakalike sa internal recruiting, employee tends to be inspired to greater effort and loyalty. So given na natin may chance na ma-promote. So mas ganahan sila mag-effort more. So mas loyal sila. Kaya na, sa other gini nga company, kaya mga positions na open, kay gigan na gaantag opportunity to bitaw to grab. So we have morale. So morale is enhanced because they realize that working hard and staying put can result in opportunity. So more than advantages when it comes to internal recruiting. So the giving the chance for the people to be promoted or to go into higher position. So mas na-enhance yung morale, mas na-stay sa company, mas na work. So the whole process of advertising, interviewing, and so on is cheaper. Mas cheaper kay sa company naman ka, i-go print, mag-announce yung position na vacant. And also, again, dili na kayo heavy on advertising, kaya na naman sa company, dali na kayo i-post, pila ra ka bulletin ang imong i-post compared sa posting it outside. So, luag niya ang scope na hindi mo i-inform kung external mo ito. So, there are few risks and internal candidates are already known and are familiar with the organization. So, these are a very good advantage for them. Kabalo naman sila sa company, hindi na sila need to i-train, wala na sila need sila i-adjust. Diba? So that is the advantage for recruiting. Well, for external recruiting, so it means external recruitment position. There is this restricts sorry. Internal recruitment restricts the competition for positions and this is the pool of fresh talent and fresh resources. Okay, so disadvantage po niya sa internal recruiting. Ang nakapait lang po niya, again, the competition competition is limited. So there is a limit in the um there is probably a limit, okay, a restriction when it comes to competition for this position because most of the time kasi yung mas dugay sa piliun, mas taas ang experience. So walang chance na bago. So katong mga fresh talent kay medyo dili pa kay sila so ang i-consider. So, ang nakapait lagi again kay is yung competition. So, kato na siguro pilado, ang nag-chance mahal ang mo, so, sa mga newbie, mga bagong pa lang, or mataha o yung laog, apply. Kay gahin naman po lang mahal. So, that is really another disadvantage for internal recruitment. While for it may also encourage employees to assume that longevity and seniority will automatically result in promotion. As I said, kay kuan man more ina paminaw needs, kuan naman na, paraan naman na ihatag. So, basin di ay mo, mag-stay pa ta more, mas there's a high chance na pa-promote ka. So, that's not always the scenario, okay? That doesn't mean na nag-stay ka diya longer, that uh, doesn't mean deserving to promote. Okay, most of the time, ang uban is stay for mediocre lang yung performance. So, if possible, try to, kuan pod, level up lang pod bagaman. So, keep level up lang pod para at least promote ka. That doesn't mean na mas longer ka, mas deserving na ba. Most of the time, mas maayo pa itong mga bago, okay? Or mas lesser pa ang service sa company kaysa sa nag-deliver shift. So, that's kuan. Another thing to consider. So, whenever a job is filled, it creates a big vacancy elsewhere in the organization. Ang nakapait ko sa yan is, say for example, na-hire tong isa ka-manager or can-hire ang sa employee into a manager. Promote na siya. Mahitabo, katulong siya katulong iyang position as vacant na po. So, there will be another vacant position sa inyong company. Mas maglisod ka og pangita actually na sad. So that is more siya loophole na din ba or nagbalik-balik na din na siya no? So, okay, kung nanapin ka i-promote, nanapin ka, naka-i-promote, so, we need to fill those jobs. So those are just some disadvantages of internal recruitment. While for external, since the minor advantage, so the advantage is applicants may have specialized knowledge, experience, and they have fresh views. Sa connect external recruiting is kuan. They have enough knowledge and experience pag siguro, especially if may experience na person, nga ikar person, and fresh and new viewpoint, even na dili sila gikan sa company. Na sila ay they come from a different company siguro, for environment nga makakatag og fresh food nga information, fresh na mga kuan, mga information or processes pwede nila i-share sa company. The next would be its disadvantage. So the recruitment process is more expensive and takes longer. So the risks are higher because persons are less well known. So nakapait sa external recruiting means kay taga nag-hire mo from another, from I think gikan sa gawa, nag-hire mo sa ila, there's a high possibility na mag-gusto ka, especially when it comes to training, ipa-onboard yung um, C student. Okay? So, again, there is a high possibility na mag-kuan siya, mag mas gastos. May taas-taas ng process after na pwede mo siya i-hire, i-train, there sila pa ka month of training, hindi pa silang gamit time na mag-adjust company, and so on and so forth. The rate is higher because ang person gani is dili siya ang company, hindi siya kabalik sa relation. There's a high possibility na makakuan sila, um, makamit o mga violation siguro pag ito na sila sa pag-get. So that's for external recruiting. So internal recruiting and external recruiting. So how about selection? Okay. So how to choose the best person for the job? So let's say for example, recruit na ka, recruit ka, nag-post ka both sa imong company and nag-post sa gawa. So, nag-announce na ka sa Facebook, nag-announce na ka everywhere. So, daghan din kayo nag-apply. What will you do? So, next step would be selection. How to choose the best person for the job. So, we have the first one, we have selection process. So, the screening of job applicants to hire the best candidate. So, what is the selection process? Kaya, we need to screen the job applicants. Let's say, for example, hiring cook. Okay, for the mushroom chicharon company. So, nag-apply nga gikan sa sulodaan, so siguro mga apprentice cook ang nag kuan apply kay gusto sa ma-promote ug na ko'y mga kuan cook gyud pod nga nag-apply from different companies. So, external nga recruitment, nga recruit rather. So there we have three types of selection tools. So the first one we are going to check their background information. So these background information are composed of the application form, the resume, and these reference checks. So for background information, more on the resume ngayon. So application forms and resume provide basic background information about the applicant's citizenship, education, work history, and certification. So sa resume, actually, makita nimo ang and okay, pakita ko resume. Later na. Hopefully, ano kita. So background information, more on the basic information about you, work history, education, and so on. So sa imong resume ka lang daan, imo na siyang ginate. So we have an example here. This is my resume. So dili ka na po ikuan. I-disclose ako ang mga information. So we have personal information here on this area. We have work experiences here. And after that, okay, we have my academic history, both college and high school, my license or certificate, and reference. So that is just a basic example of a resume. So di ko mag-disclose again information kay data privacy. So yun na siya ka. So hopefully kamo you learn how to make a proper resume too para kung mag-apply mo ma-appreciate nila mo din nila. So next will be interviewing. So these are unstructured, situational, and behavioral description. So we have three types of interviewing. So let's go for the first one. We have unstructured interview. So unstructured interview means it involves asking probing questions to find out what the applicant is like. Let's say, for example, can he ask, okay, to, why do you want to, um, why do you want to get this job, or why should we hire you? Those are example of unstructured interview. You ask random questions to your to the recruit, okay, to the person that in the interview. Yeah. Should we hire you? Um, why should we hire you? And you said that you are from CMU. Can you share some of your experiences related to the position that you um want to be in? So that they can tell you what you need to assess how they are you to they would ask like something like that. Um, can you have you researched about our company, mushroom company? Can you tell us something about your can you tell us something about the company? So, more na usual na questions. Actually, I have been too many interviews, mostly in nursing. Yeah, what's it like? Nice one when you go like post in my interview. So most of the time in questions say, why should we hire you? How can you be an asset in the company? How can you relate your degree with our with our with the position that we want to apply in 5 years time. What will you be 5 years from now? And so most on questions like in gina-probe, gina-ask regarding to the background, regarding position, regarding um, sa imong knowledge regarding job description. Basic. Tell us your experiences regarding cooking. So how do you handle stress? So that's simple or mga basic question. So that is for a structured interview. So we have a structured interview. So we have two types. So structured interview type one. So we have situational interview. So for structured interview or the situational interview, it involves asking each applicant the same questions and preparing their responses to a standard set of answers. Let's say, for example, um, you are going to be asked the same question. Ang ilading i-ask is, tell me this pet. That's the typical one. Or kanino, um, why should we hire you? Why should we hire you? Kamutan kay out of 20 na nang-apply. So sa 20, same rank na question. How should we hire you? Okay, imo din na i-compare sa standard nga answer. Imo din yung answer most of the time. So imo din i-check na, okay, kani siya, medyo dili kay siya ko. Di ka na to, di ka siya compatible sa job. Kaya iya din gusto kay, mangita pa siya sa isang company. Resign na job siya. Ang isa kay ko. Kala niyo yung isa pa. Kaya paminaw matulong ko siya. Two senior cook after 5 years. Diba sa company. So that means there's a high stability. Something na yun lang. So for situational interview, the interview will focus on hypothetical questions. Like most of the time, ang hypothetical question is share your experience on the job. Can you share your experience with regards to the position that you would like to apply in? So, yung i-share yung experience para makita nila na on their same task. Ang iyong ginahimo sa una, mo po na itong ginahimo karon. So that means this person is a good match for the company. Let's say, for example, ma'am, sa akong previous na company, ma'am, in my previous company, I have been assigned in the kitchen in which I was responsible for cooking and frying our fried chicken. So, even din gi-check, ay, same sa ito kay mag-cook o fry man po di siya dapat. Sa ito ang mag-shoot charon lang. Dili pa. But still, same na practice. So, that means this person has already enough experience. Okay? So, at least, kabalo na siya, meron siya. So, that's an example for situational interview. Well, for structured interview two, we have the behavioral description interview. So, what is this type of interview? So, it explores what applicants have actually done in the past. Okay, what they have actually done in the past. So, same thing yung yapon as a situational na interview or yeah, situational interview. But sometimes hypothetical situations would make like, for example, uh, I will give you an example. What if, okay, nasunog ang imong mushroom chicharon? What will you do? So you'll be asking all of them the same question with a check if they must laod to that. So that's for situational interview. While for behavioral description, more on the past behavior na on relate sa position that they are applying. So since yung matong ganina, kanang ma'am, based ako experience, mao name mo. So another example, behavioral description interview. Ma'am, okay, I have been a assistant cook since 2018. I have experience at Kaninga restaurant. I have been the head cook at Kaninga restaurant. I know how to make sauce and so on and so forth. I know how to um, make mass production of a product in a short time. So we have, let's say for example, an example ma'am is that we have taken 1,000 orders of fried chicken na kaya na namo for 2 days. Diba? Example naman siya. So that means this person is credible and experienced. That's for the behavioral description survey. Now we have the employment test. Let's say for example, after mo siyang interview, nag-use ka of a structured siguro or structured interview, na situational or behavioral. So after that, kuan siya. Ito ni HR. So unsay next? So there would be employment test. So these tests are legally considered to consist of any procedure used in the employment process, decision process employment and in the decision process and the employment selection decision process. So more on procedure, test, no? Gina, take sa no? Mga interview sa mga applicants, rather, applicants. So they would be undergone in this type of test before pa yun sila involved. We have ability test, performance test, and personality test. What I said, need na imo i-check at i-manage phone kung saan inyong mga ability skills. Hirap po ba ang maayo na kay tutorial? What if nanggugod sila? Nga, ma'am, sa dagig akong experience and everything. Think kay dili so that is a major offense ang mag-lie during interview. Okay? Kaya mabalang nila sa HR. Kaya ilagay lang i-check ang inyong background. Continue ba? So, we have these, again, exams na we need na i-take. The first one, we have ability test. So these measures physical ability, strength, stamina, mechanical ability, mental, and clerical ability. So ability test is more like making health exam, X-ray, and analysis, psycholysis, mostly sa imong health, like focus. If you are fit, kami fit and healthy ang inyong position. Or mentally stable, psychological test na po na siya. Need ka mag-take anak, magbayad ka, and ipasa nimo sa company o imong copy sa mental or psychological na exam na okay, stable siya first. Dili pa siya super depressed, ito po kaya super anxious. So next would be performance test. The performance test measures on actual job tasks. It has it, it has event secretarial applicants take a tip typing test or middle managers work on a small project. So ang example namin is that performance test is pwede ninyo silang i-deploy. Say for example, out of 20, na kay top 3, magipili. So sa top 3, ino silang demo. Kay mag-demo mo o luto o mushroom chicharon. Tanaw na ko kung sakto ba yun or maayo ba yun mo magluto o mushroom chicharon. So nga, all of you are cooked. Example to ha. So, humana naman sa pa-exam sa ilan. Tapos na sila sa level. Right. Average to the most zero above average two. Something like that. Next would be performance test. Okay, mong check. Hala, be, ato sang ipa-check or ipa-demo sa inyo. Ay, ipa-demo mo if makaya ba ninyo himuong mushroom chicharon. So, out of the three of you is here. That's an example for performance. So, we also have assessment centers. So, these centers are which management candidates participate in activities for a few days while being assessed by administrators. So there's pwede po ninyo sila ipa-go into assessment center. So like test so and so forth. But most of the time, company rin nyo sila ipa-assess. Or lead assessment, like demo na po. So diha ninyo sila i-check if makaya ba yun nila ang activity. Let's say for example, namin assessment center. Okay. Natunin mo siya i-check. Okay, kuan yun din siya. Maayo. Kay, kuan mo. Pas-pas makay siya mo type. For example, nakita di kita. Dito mo sa assessment center. Maayo din siya type. Nakilala ko siya type of type. Diba? Or katong ako, so, ni ato mo atong area nga pwede magluto. So, demo area. So, then mo gipaluto ang tulo o chichar. Then mo dahil eat taste test. So, next is we have personality test. So, these tests measure such personality traits, adjustment, energy, sociability, independence, and the need for achievement, and other tests. So, more on personality. So, yung personality, energy, independence, yung traits, ability, that naman siya, pag-itubat siya, pag-itubat siya, panaagay ba. So, these tests are mostly composed of psychological ng mga exams and um, yeah, psychological exams or kanang online na may exam. Karon kay mostly online na ang so I guess that's it for this selection. We already done with two. Recruiting, okay, post a diary. Next is na din nag company. What will you do next is to do background information check na may actually if pwede ba sila based on sila sa mo-fit ba sila sa job na specification. So after that, i-interview niyo sila. After sa interview, you do employment test. This is the selection for filter natin. Makapasar sila ang test, ability, performance, and personality test. There's a high possibility na it will be start for the company. Good na sila for deployment. Guess what? If you have any questions, feel free to look at the comment. Thank you.